Wow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the very first edition of Knocks to Nuggets Life with Yomute. It's such a joy. It's such a joy. It's such a joy to come your way today. Wow, it's the first Monday of August, and I'm so excited to be coming your way this beautiful morning on all my Knocks to Nugget channels. So I'm live on Instagram, I'm live on Facebook, and I'm live also on YouTube. So whichever one you are on, please, thank you so much for joining me. But please tell somebody that I'm online. And for those that will watch after this broadcast, thank you so much for giving me a share of your time. I truly appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. Thank you very much. So it's a beautiful August and the very first Monday in the month of August. And today I really want to challenge you on this edition of Knocks to Nuggets to do a PEST analysis of yourself. Now, I've stopped to allow it to sink in that I'm asking you to do a PEST analysis of yourself. I know we've talked about SWOT analysis a whole lot. I have talked about it in previous editions of Knocks to Nuggets. If you haven't been on any of those, then I encourage you to simply go to my Facebook page and you will see a past edition where I talked about doing a SWOT analysis of yourself. But today I'm saying do a PEST analysis. Now, if you are familiar with PEST, you'll be wondering, why would I do a PEST analysis of myself? I mean, why? Because PEST analysis is actually a strategic business tool that's used by organizations to discover, evaluate, organize, and track macroeconomic factors that can impact on their businesses. So why should I be doing a PEST analysis of myself? Am I an organization? I mean, how does that really add to me? Organizations will tell you that they are a going concern. So the question is, am I a going concern? I'm an individual, Yomi. So what are you talking about? What's a going concern? A going concern is an accounting term for a company that has the resources needed to continue operation. So let me relate it to you. Assume that what you lose that job today, will you still be a going concern? Assuming that business line stops today, will you still have the resources that you require to have a decent living? That's the question. And that's why I'm asking you today to actually have a PEST analysis of yourself. What is PEST? PEST, the P is an acronym. The P there stands for political, E, economic, S, social, and T, technological. How does this affect me? Now, what are political factors? Tax policies, employment laws. They are the political factors that can affect you. Now, if the tax policies change in your country today where you live, will you still be a going concern? Will you still have the resources required to survive? The same thing, if the employment laws changes, assuming they suddenly bring down retirement age, maybe it was 60 or 65 in your industry and said, no, from now it's now 50. How will that affect you? That's what you need to answer to yourself today. How will they affect me? Economic factors, I mean, that's very, very obvious. Inflation rate, interest rate, unemployment trends. There are things that are facing us today. They are stark realities. So if the inflation rate doubles up, that erodes on your income, will you still have enough to survive? PEST analysis. Social factors, cultural aspects, age distribution. Which demographic are you serving? If something changes in that demography, will you still be relevant? Technological factors, I mean, that is so glaring. Technological factors, we all know it. Things changed suddenly with the advent of COVID. And new people that will tell you before now, they cannot do any banking transaction online. They're afraid of being scammed. They're afraid of this. They're afraid of that. Everything must be paper done. Everything must be a check or a cash. They won't even do a transfer. But then the pandemic came, there was a lockdown, and everybody automatically went online. Now, if that is happening in your industry, will you still survive? So if you must survive, if you must be a going concern, like I said, if you must live beyond today, stop whatever it is you're doing and ask yourself these relevant questions. Do a PEST analysis of yourself. Now, PEST and SWOT would go together. When you discover your threats, ask yourself, where are the gaps that I can fill in? What can I do differently? Where can I plug in? What is it that I can do that can maximize the opportunities around me? It's rightly said that hope is not a business strategy. So yes, I agree, pray, and I do pray. Fast, and yes, I believe so much in it, and I fast. You need the God, you need the God factor to be on your side. When you have prayed, when you have fasted, what's next? Hope is not a business strategy. You need to get up and do something. God will give you direction. It will nudge you. However, you've got to do the work yourself. God is not going to do that work for you. Life will not give you what you wish for. If wishes were horses, fill the gap. So life will not give you what you wish for, but life will give you what you demand, what you deliberately take, what you get up and do. That is what life will give to you. So if you must succeed, you must take deliberate actions to succeed. You must be intentional about what you're doing. You must do it intentionally. You must get up. You cannot jump any process. Life believes and respects process. If you jump up, you are coming down. But if you grow up, you will stay up. That's the thing about process. So don't think of jumping the process. Ask yourself, what must I do to succeed? How will I make this process work for me? That's what you need to ask yourself. When you have carried out a PEST analysis of yourself, what factors actually affecting what's going on in my world today? What are the political factors, the economic factors, the social factors, the technological factors? What are they? How do they really affect me? What should I begin to do differently to ensure I plug into the right place? Then ask yourself, do I have the requisite knowledge? Are there trainings I need to go for? Are there things I need to begin to do now? Life is all about change. I'll tell you what I'm doing today. If you told me I would do it last year, I will tell you, nah, it's not my thing. And that's the truth. I'll tell you it's not my thing. I'm a behind the scene person. Don't bring me in front of the camera. Those who are close to me know it. Each time there's something to do in front of the camera, then I'll look for every excuse not to do it. I remember something. Let me share this story with you. I think it was 3-4 years back. I can't remember now. I had an assignment to do in church. And I was going to church. And can you imagine? Just looking for how to dodge that assignment. I was asking myself, what if I have a flat tire and I cannot make it to church? Won't somebody else do it? What if somebody hits me from the back? Can you imagine that thought? What if somebody hits me from the back? At least then I cannot do it. And that would be a legitimate reason not to have done it. And I started thinking of different things I could do to avoid a 10-minute assignment in front of the camera. I had to catch myself and say, how can you be wishing yourself evil because you don't want to stand in front of the camera? Who does that? Well, I did. But I didn't want to stand in front of the camera. I didn't want it. So I would do every excuse. So if something happens now, I can call the guy in charge and tell him, sorry, this is the challenge. I can't make it. I had to catch myself. I said, no, go do it. You can be afraid, but do it being afraid. Fail and fail forward. You will learn from it. When you have done that analysis of yourself, also ask yourself, look around you. Who can you learn from? Let the events happening today speak to you. Who can you learn from? Who is doing something that you need to learn from? Who is doing something that you need to glean from? My grandmother used to say something, said there are two types of people in the world. There are those that learn only from their own personal experiences. Until it happens to them, they never learn. And there are those that learn from other people's experiences. And she says that our own child is the one that learns from other people's experiences. Let me break it down. So you are driving on the highway, a bit of distance with the car in front of you, and you see the car run through water, splashing all over, getting into its engine. When you're approaching that place, because you have seen what happened to Mr. A driving ahead of you, then you learn to slow down and gradually drive through that pool of water. Because the sun is shining, you didn't know it was a pool, or you didn't know how deep it was. But the guy going ahead of you who ran into it has shown you how deep it is. You slow down and drive through that water carefully. Will not be stupid and totally out of sense. If you saw Mr. A drive into that water and poof, you also decide to run. You've seen that it's a pool of water. You've seen the depth, but you still choose to run into the water. Can you imagine that? If mercy spoke for him and his car didn't break down, that mercy will not speak for you, you're down. You know why? God expected you to have learned from that person's experience. So when you are doing a SWOT or a PEST analysis of yourself, you're also looking around to ask yourself, who has gone through this path and what can I learn from them? Don't be that person that must learn from your own personal experience. Learn from other people. We're in a time and a season that change is happening so fast. Things are changing so fast, it's unbelievable. But it's also that time and the season that you need to adapt. You need to learn. You need to learn some things you have learned, and you need to relearn something. Don't sit down and wish that things would change. Wishes never change a thing. Get up and do something. Get up today, this first Monday of the month of August, and decide to do something. So that's it today on Knocks to Nuggets. Thank you to every single person that joined live on Instagram, live on Facebook, or live on YouTube. And for those that will watch after, thank you so much. It's a journey that we are starting, and let's take this journey together. So I want to ask you a favor. Share this video, like it. If you stumbled on this page perchance, please follow me on that page. Ask your friends to like that page as well. And don't ever forget it. You are not an island, neither am I. And that is why together we win. Have a glorious working week ahead. Have a beautiful day. God bless you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. God bless you. Enjoy your day.